Hello, my fellow Americans, patriots, and even liberals. I'd like to come to you today to share with you the state of our union.
Attention, the following program is on a 20-second delay due to concerns of what might be said.
Cliff, you're guilty. I've known it all along.
Hey, Cliff speaks the truth. This guy's really a badass. He's exactly like me.
Cliff is awesome.
This is a warning to all snowflakes. This show will trigger you more than a MAGA hat at a Thanksgiving dinner.
This is a MAGA party now.
He's been kicked off social media because of his honesty. He's triggered more people than Billy the Kid. He's been shadow banned because of opinions. He's been threatened and assaulted because he loves America. Never bashful to share his opinions, regardless who he offends.
Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
Welcome to Cliff's Edge with Cliff Gephardt
and Steve Coderre.
America first. America first.
Guys, welcome to the Cliff's Edge. This is a completely different thing, Steve. I feel like I'm in my house and we're about to watch a football game or something like that. It's crazy.
Are you going to scream through the whole thing?
I'm going to scream through the whole thing, guys. This is the post-apocalyptic, hurricane-elliptic episode, or whatever, yeah. So this is, guys, we've been dealing with a lot here. We got hit with two named storms. One gave us water. The other gave us wind. They both damaged our properties in different ways. My house was flooded, had water in it. That was the first one. That was Helene. Do you know of anybody named Helene?
I don't.
I've never heard that name. Never even heard of that name. I didn't even know that was a name. But we've had a lot going on here in Florida. But you know what's different about Florida this time than it was 4 years ago and 8 years ago, Steve?
What is that, Clifford?
Not hurricanes, but that we're not in play.
We aren't in play, man.
In 2016, Trump was here every week. He was in a different city.
Yeah.
I was visiting him. We went to the first rally in 2015. But now we're like a tier 2 state. We're pretty much red. There's a firewall that's been built. Mm-hmm. That kind of came with the whole DeSantis thing.
Yeah.
But we're not in play. I always thought that when Florida, I thought that's how politics was, but it wasn't. For all these other states that aren't in play, that nobody goes to. It's only like 9 states that get any love.
Right.
And the last 2 times, we were getting a lot of love. Now we don't get anything.
Mm-hmm. But listen, Governor DeSantis, I know there's been a rift sometimes between him and Trump. He has been an exceptional governor. He's done a great job managing this state for the last 6-8 years, right?
Yeah.
And does a great job in crisis, does a great job in everyday, day-to-day business of the state. And so, I love term limits, but it's going to be sad when he leaves.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be Byron Donalds. That's who I think is going to be the next governor. I would put my money on Byron Donalds. But we are 9 days away.
Yeah, man.
T-minus 9 days and counting.
God.
I mean, it's great. I mean, we still get the commercials here. We still get commercials.
No, the commercials are relentless.
But I mean, they're still spending money here, but a lot of the resources are going elsewhere.
Yeah. Especially the human resources, the capital. It's all going to other places.
Yeah. I think they were leaving it to us to kind of, make Florida, stay red with our boat parades and our marketing and everything. I think we're it, guys. We're pretty much one of the. I think you and I are one of the top 10 tier people in Florida.
Oh, no question about it.
Promoting, getting the message out. Yeah. So I would say in Florida, I think I'm one of the top 10 people. Yeah. I think we combined, we're getting the message out. So
that's the goal, man.
But hey, guys, I want to show you. Now, listen, I spent weeks mitigating my house, tearing out walls, tearing out floors, hardwood floors, carpets, laminated.
Mitigating.
Is it mitigate?
What's that mean, mitigate?
It means there's water in my house, and if I don't start mitigating it, taking it out, the water's gonna wake up my walls.
Like removing all
like
the
removing
garbage.
it, yeah. So if you've never torn out plaster walls, 2 feet of plaster or 4 feet of plaster walls, depending on the circumstance, it's a nightmare, guys.
And that's the entire property.
Yeah.
Interior.
Yeah, interior.
So when you walk in from the floor to 4 feet up, you can see through the whole house.
Yeah, yeah. So
it's like your house is wearing a miniskirt.
Yeah, it's been a nightmare, guys. But we're done with that. We're done with that. So Steve and I took our time to do something else.
The microphone's right there.
I know, but
Listen, if you're at home and you got to change your volume, you try sitting in this room.
yeah. So, anyways, Steve and I, we schizophrenically. Well, I mean, I know I'm schizophrenic. I have ADHD and but let's go show you.
What did we schizophrenically do?
Well, let's go show. Let's go show. Come on, Steve. Come on out. So we're in our new bunker here, which is it's our new place where our new residence is going to be. But I don't want to reveal it yet. So come on over here, Steve.
It's not our new residence. It's not where we're going to be.
No, it's not where we're living. But this is what we got going on.
The new studio and the new real estate office is.
So this is where MAGA Realty and Revere Media and all that's going to be. But check this out, guys. All right, Steve, let's spin it around. You ready? Ready for the big reveal?
Yeah, ready. Let's do it.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. That's what we've been painting for like the last couple days, guys. Huge shout out, thanks to my buddy Rasta. Rasta's the one who painted my AR-15, in case you've seen that in any of our stuff.
And he's doing a great job on this as well.
But this is what we're doing here,
but
guys.
Listen, you and I painted a little bit, right?
We've done a lot of this.
Yeah, we can add muralist to our resume now.
Yeah, we've done a lot of this. So, but yeah, this is what's going on here, guys, in Magaville. And this is going to be the new home of MAGA Realty and our media company, guys. So, and we are right on a main street. So there's thousands of people that drive by here every day and are going to see this. We've already had tons of people out here saying, hey, that's cool, you know. Now this property was damaged a little bit in the hurricane. But let's get back at it, guys. Hold on, we'll be back in. All right, hey guys. So that's what's going on with our building out there. You know, I was told
my glasses are all dark now from being out in the sun.
I was told we need a permit for that.
We definitely need a permit for that.
Permit to paint a building?
Isn't that crazy?
No, look, we're not painting.
Now, if we're going to paint it white or black or red, they wouldn't care. But the
No.
fact that we're putting some art on it, yeah, they're going to want the permit for
Yeah,
that.
so we're going to see how that goes, guys. But let's talk about what's going to happen in the next 9 days. So 9 days from now, guys, people are voting. There's record voting going on in Georgia and all these states. I don't like to vote early. Do you?
I like to vote early, but I don't like to drop in the box, right? So I go to the voting, to the supervisor of elections, and I go and I cast my ballot there.
You know, it astonishes me that there's actually an argument by anybody that's American, that they would like try to relax the voting laws for non-verified citizens. I just find that astonishing.
But look, it's that old saying, it's a slippery slope, right? Because I know there's jurisdictions within New York that allow non-citizens to vote in the local and state
and
elections.
in California.
Yeah, they allow non-citizens to vote in those jurisdictions, in those elections, and next it's going to be national elections, and it's ridiculous.
Well, let's talk about that, because here in Florida, we allowed medical marijuana to be put into play.
Yes, and that's been in for quite some time.
Yeah, but now where is the slope going?
Amendment number 3. So first of all, it's Amendment 3 is to supposedly legalize recreational marijuana.
Yeah.
But the entire thing is a scam, right? Because these amendments, the reason that California is a referendum state, and we are quickly becoming a referendum state, because I've never seen this many amendments in my life on a ballot, is because the legislature are a bunch of pussies, and they don't want to hang their hat on anything because they don't want to get voted out of office. So let's send it to a referendum of the people, and here we do it through ballot or through constitutional amendments.
Yeah.
And they don't tell you anything; they lie their asses off. So for Amendment 3, which is to legalize marijuana in the state of Florida, they're in effect, that amendment's going to recriminalize marijuana, because right now in the state of Florida, it's been decriminalized pretty much in every county in the state. And this new amendment is going to allow companies like BlackRock, for example, to have a monopoly on the marijuana industry in the state of Florida. And if you choose, and look, I'm not pro weed. I don't give a shit. Smoke all the weed you want, man.
But you like it in the public.
I mean, I don't want, like, when I'm walking through the park, I don't necessarily need to smell all that weed. But what I'm saying is, if you want to smoke your weed, man. I was gonna do a show, but I got high, right? So smoke your weed, do it. I don't care about that. But what's going to happen is these corporate entities are going to take control of it again. And if you want to grow weed in your backyard, which now is decriminalized, you can grow all the pot you want, smoke all your pot as long as you're not selling it. But that's all going to go away again. So if you're in the state of Florida, vote no on 3, whether you like weed or not, because it's a shit amendment. And I recommend, except for the Homestead Amendment, you vote for no on everything. Because amendments are bullshit.
Well, a lot of people say that it's going to cut down on fentanyl, and that all this weed has been laced with fentanyl. Why are they lacing with fentanyl? Does it so it's a little more potent?
Maybe a little more potent. Maybe they're trying to kill people too. But listen, Grady Judd, and listen, if you're watching the show, most people in the United States of America know who King Grady is. Grady Judd is the sheriff of Polk County. Cliff, why did Grady quit shooting that guy?
Because they ran out of bullets.
Because they ran out of bullets. And Grady Judd came out and said, from his position on the legalization of it and the fact about the fentanyl, he goes, it's going to create 2 markets. You're going to have the legal market, which is going to be priced here, and then you're still going to have the black market, which is priced here. Yeah. So the majority of people are still going to go to the black market because it's going to be a cheaper product. So don't buy the argument that, oh, this is going to clean it all up and it's going to get the shit off the street. It's not.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there's a lot going on, and I'm sure in all these states there's all different amendments. But if you have, let's say, 100 representatives in your state, and they have staff, and they read these bills, and they read this stuff, and they have some understanding of it. But how do you expect all these referendums and these amendments to be passed by? They just give you like a paragraph.
Well, they don't give you right. They don't give you right.
And then it's like, so nobody's reading any of that.
Well, if you look at, for example, Amendment 4. Hey, your phone's ringing.
My phone's ringing.
If you look at Amendment 4, that's the abortion, right? They want to legalize any kind of abortion imaginable in the state of Florida. Full term, kids in 2nd grade, we're going to abort it. But they gave you one paragraph.
Yeah.
One paragraph with no definition of any of the languages or any of the language. So they can do whatever they want under this amendment. So vote no on 4. And whether you're for or against abortion, vote no on 4 because it opens up the state to significant exposure as it relates to potential lawsuits, the doctors and things like that. That whole abortion thing is going to work itself out in a manner that will be pro women over time.
Yeah.
But shouldn't be done through an amendment.
I know some people's stance is a lot harsher on abortion. My stance is, if you just put abortion aside, we should not allow the state to allow children to make significant decisions.
Correct.
And that's what's happening in Florida. They're saying a 12-year-old can roll into a clinic and go under a significant medical procedure that can endanger their life without even having to talk to their parents. Just imagine that. Just imagine your daughter is, whatever, and she's like, what, I decided I'm going to go get breast implants at like 12 years old. Would we allow that? No. Would we allow?
Listen, you can't even get. Can you see this on here? You can't even get a tattoo without your parents'
signature. But we're going to allow doctors to take surgical sharp instruments, jab them up the vajayjay, chop, 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 and then suck. And all that's going to happen without the parents knowing. That's insane. You can see, and that's where these amendments go too far because nobody can read them. Because what you're saying,
that amendment, that one paragraph, that's the entire amendment. They did it that way intentionally.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, how do you allow a daughter that's 12, 14, I don't know what the age limit is, but whatever it is, it's too young to say, I'm going to allow my loved one daughter to go in and have something chopped out of her, put her life in a bad situation, and then do they call if she's bleeding out? When do they call? Do they call when they're rushing her to the emergency room? How would you like that call, Mom, Dad? Yeah, Mom, listen, we didn't tell you about this before, but now your daughter is bleeding out. We snipped the wrong thing. You know, our doctor had a little bit of a twitch when he was in there and got something, and now we're rushing her to the hospital, and they're going to have to perform some medical procedures to save her life. Now, you have to be there at that to consent to that, but you didn't have to consent to what caused them? It's crazy. It's crazy that somebody believes that a parent doesn't need to at least sign off on that. Look, if your daughter, you know, messed around, made a mistake, and you think that's, you know, to be dealt with in a certain way, but that's at least the parent's right. The parent should at least have the right to, like, be involved in that, in my opinion.
I agree. And a real quick question: should we get Dyson to sponsor this segment, or Eureka?
Why? Because it's dirty?
No, because of the vacuum.
Oh yeah, we should, yeah. This is sponsored by Hoover.
This is sponsored by Hoover and Dyson.
Yeah. So, hey guys, when we come back, we are going to handicap this presidential race. We are going to talk to you about what's really
Handicap this shit's over. Landslide. It's gonna be a landslide.
When we come back, guys, we'll be back in 3 minutes with the handicap.
I'm General Mike Flynn. Patriotism in America is under attack. America is the greatest country in history. Every home in America should proudly display their pride. Every home in America should fly Old Glory. And that is why at MAGA Realty, we give every home buyer a 25-foot flagpole and an American flag. Contact us today at MAGA Realty, where we will fight as hard for you as we do for America. Go to magarealty.com, magarealty.com.
Throughout history, the spirit of patriotism has prevailed. The battles may have changed, but the values remain the same. Today, in 2024, we find ourselves at a pivotal moment where the call for unity, freedom, and a better future echoes louder than ever. For more than 10 years, Patriot Mobile has been committed to supporting the values that make our nation great. With affordable plans and reliable nationwide coverage, Patriot Mobile is not just a wireless service. It's a call to action for those who believe in the American dream. Because this year is not just any year, it's the most important year since our nation's founding. Choose a wireless carrier that shares your values. Choose Patriot Mobile.
Are you investing in the liberal agenda? Stop. Our belief is that we all either unwittingly or begrudgingly support the liberal agenda with our current investments. The American Conservative Values ETF seeks to boycott as many companies hostile to conservative values as possible without sacrificing performance. The American Conservative Values ETF, ACVF, align your investing with your conservative values. Carefully consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses before investing. Visit acvfetfs.com for a prospectus.
Abraham Lincoln was a Republican.
Civil rights were fought for by Republicans.
Democrats has done nothing for us but kept us poor.
The Republicans have had our back throughout history.
We should no longer be enslaved to the Democratic Party.
If you want opportunity, prosperity, and possibilities, you need to vote for Donald Trump.
I'm voting for Donald Trump for a real chance at opportunity.
All right, guys, we're back. Well, listen, I know we said we were going to prognosticate and handicap this race between Kamala and Trump.
Baby.
Kamala and Trump. Okay, but before we do that, Steve and I were we did an intro piece last week, and it's truly surprising, and it's absolutely outrageous, like what we saw. Okay, so we're gonna go to this because, and then when we come back, we'll handicap the race between Camel Toe and Trump. But roll the clip. Okay, guys. This is called, it can't be real, Steve. It cannot be real. Did you get it yet?
No, because my email's not loaded. Okay, here you go. Got it.
It cannot be real. It cannot be real. This absolutely cannot be real. And and that somebody took moments of their day.
Man.
Maybe it is. It looks real. But it is called butt baby for trans women.
Oh.
I got a lot. I put this up on the Twitter or on the X, and I got a lot of people. So, butt baby supposedly comes in 3 colors. And
Dude, what's up with the one? What's with the first one? Ain't nobody's that color.
Well,
is that a dead butt baby?
No, it says the 3 colors are white, brown, and Bushman of the Kalahari.
Come on, there's no way this is real.
There's no way it's real.
There's no way this is real, bro.
There's no way it's
because
real.
that's a dead bit. That's a dead butt baby.
So supposedly what
Listen,
it's stillborn.
Listen, I have dropped some monsters in my lifetime, but that is got
So this is what it says. It says you're supposed to insert if you're a trans woman, and you can enjoy the wonders of birth. That you take this 13 inches baby and you stuff it up your rectum.
Now listen. I wish we could get Fiona on because Fiona works in an emergency room.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to talk about this?
Not allowed to talk where she works.
Okay, but she works in an emergency room. And they
in
see
a hospital.
And they see people in a hospital. They see people coming in the ER all the time with the craziest shit shoved up their asses.
Yeah.
So yeah,
and she works in
So this one, I wish she was here to tell the stories.
But yeah, so this can't be real that you put this 13 baby, and then so the trans people can feel like they delivered a baby. Come on,
dude, that just hurt.
It cannot be real.
Dude, the idea of shoving that up, you know where?
But here's the thing, Steve. Here's the thing. I started thinking about this.
I bet you did.
I assure you that whoever would participate in butt baby, okay, this is not the first thing that went in that ass.
Oh, hell no.
No.
Yeah, they're ready to go.
Yeah. So,
dude, can you imagine you're all happy, you're 9 months pregnant with your butt baby? Right? You're all excited, you and your man or your it or whatever you're with, and hey, it's time to give birth. And you give birth to the first one? You give birth to the dead butt baby? Oh man, our butt baby's dead! Our butt baby died!
I mean, I just saw that. I'm like, this can't be real. There's no planet that this comes from that's real.
If you've given birth to a dead butt baby, we want you to know that we feel for you.
So let me ask you.
It must be traumatic to give birth to an actual dead butt baby.
Let me ask you a question. Are the liberals in support of abortions for butt babies? Are they going to go in there and chop that out, the butt baby? So if there's a butt baby. Is the butt baby going to be chopped up? And is there a doctor?
Oh my God,
is there a doctor that would put the butt baby in? You know. I mean, it just. I don't know. I found that and I thought that's outrageous. So look, if you guys are out there, give us a comment of what you think about the butt baby. And okay, first of all,
dude, these look like. Oh, I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, I mean it's 13 inches long. I mean,
well, you know, all the ladies that date me know what that's like, so yeah, I can't.
Well, I was flabbergasted. I'm like, this is outrageous. This might be this might be the most nuts thing ever, you know. So I don't even know what there is to say about that.
Oh, that kills me, dude.
So listen, is there anyone out there do you think that's real?
I don't know, man. You showed it to me. I couldn't stop. Anytime we do something like that from now on, I don't want you to tell me what we're doing. I just want you to spring it on me. I thought about that forever. Every time I thought about it, I just died laughing. Yeah. I don't know if it's real or not, but it's funny as hell.
Yeah, but you know what is real? Somebody took time out of their day to actually build a website or a something, you know, and it's got to be. There's got to be some portion of real.
We got to order a butt baby.
There's got to be some portion of legitimacy to it. It's just so far. But the thing I thought.
Who can we send butt babies to for Christmas?
I don't know, but the thing I thought was funny was the one shade was the Kalahari Bushman shade.
That's hysterical.
That's like hockey puck, black. But anyways, guys. So now in 9 days, we have significant thing going on. In 9 days, this world will be changed. I want to ask you a question. Well, okay, so Steve, you prognosticate what you think.
Okay, so here's what I think, Clifford. And you know, we've had this conversation many times. I really believe that Donald Trump is going to win in a landslide. I mean, an epic, epic landslide, and it's going to be way too big to steal. He's going to take swing states that we never thought he would take, and it's just going to be a great, great day. I'm excited, and my thing is, I hope that when he wins, he's not going to do it. I know he's not going to do it because he's a Republican, he's a conservative, he's a good man, but I wish he would just go scorched earth on every one of these fuckers that's tried to destroy him, destroy this country. I hope he's, you know what, ear for an ear, eye for an eye. I hope he destroys them.
Well, I thought he was going to do that if he got a second term his first time around. I thought he was trying to stay mellow yellow, for the first 4 years, get in, and then be like, okay, now, Hillary, you're going to prison. Now this, now, I kind of thought that was what it was going to happen. Mm-hmm. Now, he's alluding that, no, I'm just going to get in there and I'm going to work. But
he already said he's firing the what's his name, that douchebag special counsel. So he said that this week.
Yeah. So, but you know what? I think he's going to win. I'm not sure it's going to be a landslide. But we need to go out there and act like there is no landslide.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. We need to act like there's no landslide. Now, I was at the first inauguration. Steve, you didn't go with me, but you were at the first rally that
Correct.
Trump ever
had. We were at
had.
the first Trump rally.
But as soon as it's called, I'll buy my plane ticket. I'll tell you what, and Steve's really picky about Airbnbs and hotels. He's very, very picky about that.
No bougie.
Yeah, so.
What I'm more picky about is you and your flight rules. This dude gets up at like 2 a.m. to catch a flight. I don't know about you. I don't. You can't do that. I know there's other psychos watching this. Like
no, because
you're psycho.
No, here's why.
My whole day's ruined if I do that.
No, your whole day's not ruined because now you have the whole day. You don't have to buy a hotel.
All I'm gonna do is freaking sleep.
Yeah, but you don't have to buy a hotel the night before.
No, dude.
Look. We can either.
I'm gonna leave at 10 a.m.
Okay, so it's on the 20th. Okay, we've got to be in town at least on the 18th or the 19th.
Okay, I'll pay the extra room day.
Okay, you heard it. So he's gonna pay the extra. But that's why I always go. I'm like, okay, I'll get in at like 9 a.m.
Because you don't sleep, bro.
I don't sleep.
He doesn't sleep. So people who don't sleep, they're like, I'll get into. I mean, you slept at the airport.
I did sleep at the airport. Yeah.
He's like, I'm not gonna go to bed. I'm just gonna go sleep at the airport. Normal people don't do that.
I did, and they wouldn't let me sleep in the gate the last time I went, so I had to sleep out in the middle. And yeah. So anyways, so I think he's gonna win. I think it might be too big to rig. I think it seems like some of the Republicans are pretty confident, and some of the Democrats are pretty desperate.
Yeah, they are desperate.
Now, yesterday, I've seen little bits of it, but I haven't seen it yet. The interview with Trump and Rogan.
Oh, I haven't seen any of it.
So
I actually forgot he was doing it.
Yeah, so he did that yesterday, and I wonder if that's going to move the needle, because you've got the Taylor Swifties. You've got the Barack Obamas, you got the Bruce Springsteens and the other, fucked up people on this side. And then on this side, you have other people. You have the Joe Rogans, you have the Elon Musk, you have
Bobby Kennedy Jr.
You have like Rob Schneider. You have
got Danica Patrick.
Danica Patrick, yeah.
She's so hot.
Let me tell you a story about Danica Patrick.
She's so hot.
Tell you a story about Danica Patrick.
I promise you, if she walked in here right now, we'd be like, they're bad.
Well, I'm going to tell you a story about Danica Patrick. My daughter's 12 years old. Danica Patrick was in the St. Pete Grand Prix. St. Pete Grand Prix. My daughter's like maybe younger now, maybe 9. Danica Patrick wasn't having anything, talking to anybody. Nobody. Just she wrecked her car and she was walking back to her trailer.
Yeah.
Okay? Nobody. She had like people flanking her. I had my little daughter Brooke with me. I said, hey, can we get a picture? Danica Patrick stopped for only one person that day.
Nice.
She stopped for one person, and I got a picture with her and Brooke.
Nice.
I know she was a bitch to everybody else.
Yeah.
She was like bitch from the word go, but not to my daughter and me. So Shout out to Danica.
I bet she was a smoke show, even all sweaty. And
she was. Yeah. She
all
was,
sweaty in that suit with that helmet. I bet she was still hot as hell.
She was,
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's my Danica Patrick story. But
which pro athlete was it the quarterback for the Jets? Some pro athlete. Yeah, it was Aaron Rodgers, wasn't it?
I know she was with like Joey Logano or something like that.
No, one of the pro football players too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. But anyways, so I think Trump's gonna win. I think he's gonna win decently. I think that people, like Jim Carville said, it's the economy, stupid, and then it was echoed by Bill Clinton. It's the economy, stupid. It's the economy, stupid. I believe that. I believe it is the economy. I believe people care about, the abortion. I believe that's something, and that's the only thing. That's the only thing I think that the Democrats can hang their hat on. They can't talk about anything else because they can't.
Well, they do. I've never heard a woman say anything other than Donald Trump.
Yeah, or abortion, women's rights.
What are you going to do about this? Donald Trump. Well, Donald Trump's been running for 10 years. What are you going to do about that? Donald Trump. What's your buddy, that comedian guy? You like him? I mean, I think he's average at best. Your friend there, the comedian. Donald Trump.
Oh yeah, Brewer. Jim Brewer.
Yeah,
Jim Brewer. Yeah. Huge shout out to Jim Brewer. He does a great job. But it's people like Jim Brewer and Rob Schneider that Hollywood has cast them away simply because of who they vote for.
Correct.
Yeah,
it's
so
crazy.
So we're paying. So just to give you an idea, guys, there was an employee here that used to work in this building.
This is wild, man.
This worked in this building.
It's not wild. It's the norm nowadays.
It's normal. But she couldn't work in this building based on a family member's opinion if that flag was painted on this building.
Yeah. Or if there was even a flag on the pole.
Well, no, she could paint on that, but if I put a big flag there, no. But it was told to me, and I'm not going to name any names, it was told to me that her significant other thought, and this was the crazy part, this was the part that I couldn't comprehend, that he associated the American flag with Trump. The American flag with Trump. The American flag, I don't care what side of the coin you're on. You're on the left side or you're on the right side.
Marco.
And you think your policies are what's best for America. It's still the American coin. So no matter which side you're on, every person should support America, or why are you fighting for it? If you don't support America and your beliefs, why are you fighting for it? I know their beliefs aren't my beliefs. I don't believe that, kids should have abortions. I don't believe you should kill babies. I think that's kind of wrong, but I'm not their God. I don't think we should just have an open border and not have any borders. I don't believe that we should fund endless wars. I don't think anything like that. And I also don't believe we should destroy the environment, but I think there's some reasonableness to that. But at some point, you're fighting for what you want in this country. And this country is that flag.
Well, listen, I have a lot of friends who are liberals. It gets less and less because I still love them. They don't want anything to do with me. And I just had this conversation a few days ago with a really good friend of mine who's a big time liberal, thinks she's an independent, but she's not. And I'm like, I love you more than I love politics. And and it's just a friend. It's just a true friend, almost a lifelong friend. And she does believe in the America that we grew up in, but she drinks the tea of her party. But what I've realized is she's an outlier when it comes to this, but it's true. And when I hear people say this, I used to think, that's bullshit, right? But you're either an American or you're a Democrat.
Yeah,
that's what it's become. That's what you're an American or you're a Democrat.
Yeah,
right. That's what it's become. So, and if you vote that party line, and I'm not talking about the Kennedy Democrats. I'm talking about if you vote modern day Democrats, you're voting for a totalitarian communist state in this country. You're voting for what they say Trump is. They say Trump is all these things to keep you from realizing that it's them. Mm-hmm. They're the ones that want a totalitarian state. Yeah. They're the ones that want to crush free speech.
Yeah. Hey, when we come back after this 3 minutes, I want to share with you the definition of fascism, because people keep saying he's a fascist. I heard Hillary say he's a fascist.
Yeah, what's his name? What's that? Charlemagne
the God. Yeah. What is Charlemagne? How's that a male name? Charlemagne.
He's definitely not a god.
Charlemagne the God. Well, whatever. The God, THA. But Charlemagne, that just doesn't seem like a male name. But what also I find interesting is Megan the Stallion. Okay, does Megan realize a stallion is a male horse with a dick? We'll be back in 3 minutes, guys.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, my name is General Mike Flynn, and I'm here to talk about a limited time offer of subscriptions to Patriot.tv and how you can become a member of our Patriot Defenders subscription club and become a member of Patriot.tv. Really, it's America's network. I call it the home of truth. And you can do that for only $9.99 a month. It's a great deal by itself, but what I'm going to walk you through here in these next few seconds is a couple of package deals that we have that are unbelievable. The next membership was the annual membership at $99 that you can save. Right away, you save $20 if you come in at the annual subscription rate. The best deal that I think that people ought to seriously consider is the 2-year membership at $159. And it includes a special edition of my recently released documentary, Flynn, Deliver the Truth, Whatever the Cost. So along with the 2-year membership, the 2-year subscription will send you a DVD combo of the film, plus an option to stream the movie online, as well as exclusive interviews of Tucker Carlson, Devin Nunes, and myself. So go to the home of truth, right? Go to Patriot.tv today, sign up, seriously consider the 2-year subscription rate. It's an unbelievable savings. I think it's a total savings of about $70 from just signing up on a monthly or a annual basis. So thank you very much for your support. Patriot.tv is America's new network. Thank you.
Are you or your loved ones suffering from illnesses such as TDS, also known as Trump derangement syndrome? Do you dismiss or deny the current issues facing our country, such as historic inflation, illegal immigration, corporate corruption, World War III escalations, and the chronic disease epidemic? Are you willing to elect someone who was the least popular vice president in modern history, and who offers no policy or vision for America simply because your brain keeps telling you anyone but Trump? If so, you might be struggling from TDS. Introducing Independence. Independence allows you the freedom to finally think independently once again. Instead of believing everything you hear from the mainstream media, Independence allows for constructive critical thinking.
I used to hear people on the news say things like,
Donald Trump and the movement he has encouraged are a threat to democracy.
And I instantly believed it. With Independence, I now realize the media is run by the Democrat elite, who are a corrupt oligarchy that censors free speech, silences political opponents, supports forever wars, and abandons democracy by anointing its candidates.
Independence may not be for everyone. If you enjoy being lied to about your president's cognitive abilities, support Orwellian totalitarianism, or are excited about communist fiscal policy, Independence may not be right for you. Common side effects of Independence may include an awakening of rational thought, successfully identifying propaganda, freedom of choice, loss of hatred, anti-narcissistic behavior, and love of democracy.
I used to blindly hate whoever my party was running against. I didn't care about facts or policy because I was hopelessly indoctrinated. With Independence, I'm much more interested in policies that uphold democracy, and I truly care about the health of our country and its citizens.
Ask your doctor if Independence is right for you, and enjoy your freedoms once again.
The American Conservative Values ETF, ticker ACVF, is an investment alternative for politically conservative investors whose priority is shareholder returns. ACVF refuses to invest in the companies most at risk to the woke liberal agenda and its wasteful misallocation of investors' capital. Carefully consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses before investing. Visit acvfetfs.com for a prospectus. The American Conservative Values ETF, ACVF. Align your investing with your conservative values.
I'm General Mike Flynn, and I have been protecting American soil since I was a young man. Today, the fight has never been greater. Patriotism extends to every facet of our lives here in America, including who we do business with. That is why I am proud to be part of Maga Realty. Maga Realty is the only true patriotic real estate company in America. If you want someone to fight for your home as much as I have fought for American soil, go to Maga Realty today. God bless you and God bless America.
Now, Steve, we're back. I hope everybody stayed with us through that break. I want to thank you if you can support any of those companies that help make this happen and help make a lot of conservative things happen, because all of those companies support a lot of conservative things across the board, and we really need to stay and spend our money and keep our money conservative. You know, we've been saying it forever.
Forever, yeah. And listen, before we go on to what Cliff's about to say, not only that, support all of the people who support us, but we need your support. We need you to support this messaging that we bring out weekly, and not weekly on this platform and daily on other platforms, but So go ahead and like, click, share. Anything that says Cliff Gephardt, opinion is Cliff Gephardt. Just find it, like it, share it on X, Facebook, IG, and any other platform that's out there, because we need the support to get the message out. And listen, the thing I love about Cliff is that he says all the shit that you're thinking and that I'm thinking, and he's got a big and he's willing to put himself front and center and be the tip of the spear. So guys like this and the women that are out there doing the same thing, we need to support them. And how do we support them? Through likes, through shares, through following on every platform out there. So make sure you're following Cliff in order to help promote this messaging.
Thank you, I appreciate that. But most people don't really know the slings and the arrows and the abuse that we take from the left on a daily. Just wearing a MAGA hat. Yeah. Passing out a business card that says MAGA Realty, owning a place called Conservative Grounds. I speak it in everything I do. It's not like, I'm not going to wear. Sometimes, guys, I have to admit, I don't wear my hat to a restaurant because I don't want the MAGA special. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want
hot tua on your burger.
Yeah, I don't want a hot tua.
They're gonna hot tua your burger. Hot food.
Yeah. So I do pull back in some small, but most time we're out there. Yeah. Huge shout out to Dion. Dion, he does it more than anybody I know. He's been wearing a MAGA hat since. But it's that type of person. We always say who we're not going to support. Correct. We always say, we're not going to support Disney, we're not going to support Target, we're never going to drink a Bud Light. But what we need to do is then say, well, what are we going to support? If you're not going to support somebody like Buffett, like Warren Buffett's real estate company, generates a lot of money. $125 billion is generated in the real estate industry a year.
In commissions.
That's
just residential.
Yeah. But most people don't realize is a lot of that goes towards these hardcore, liberal, baby-killing, like inflation-causing, death squad liberal machines. Like Warren Buffett, I've said it before, he has donated, what was it, $400 million, was that right?
It was billion. It was $4 billion.
$4 billion.
$4 billion.
That's right.
Yeah, $4 billion.
$4 billion towards pro-abortion causes, so babies could be terminated. And if you figure the average abortion costs $500, guys, that's is it $4? No, not $4 billion. Yeah. That's right. So he's responsible for killing 8 million people.
Yeah.
8 million people, 8 million souls, 8 million lives, 8 million potential people. He could be argued that he is responsible for killing 8 million people. So now there's all these people that tomorrow in Florida and in other states are going to vote on abortion, and that's the only thing that Kamala and the Democrats are putting forward.
Well, not tomorrow, Monday.
Or Monday, whatever.
And listen, if you're a VP of sales from Hoover or Dyson, VP of marketing, this is a great segment for you guys to sponsor.
Yeah, but there's these companies that, like Conservative Grounds, like MAGA Realty, that every dollar we get doesn't fund that bullshit. So
and we vet everything.
Yeah. So if you can support any of those companies, Patriot Mobile, you can support any of those companies. Conservative America Value Fund. If you want to put your money in a fund that's not going to help fund and grow those earnings, look at doing that. But anyways, I want to get back to where we're at in this situation. Where we're at. In the last 9 days, and it's been going on like the last month, the shit's getting crazy. The stuff's
been going on since 2015.
I know, but now, so it was the message of the liberals and the Democrats has morphed because they realize it's not working.
It isn't working.
It's not working.
Nobody's buying.
They went from the joy. First, remember they said that the MAGA were weird?
Mm-hmm. That didn't work.
Well, it was weird. Okay, MAGA's weird when you've got all your cast of characters wearing blue hair and chicks with dicks and dudes that have tits and beards, but yeah, we're weird because we just want like normalcy. That didn't work. The whole Tim Waltz weird thing. But now, and then they went to, they're the party of joy. Well, joy lasted about a 30-day period, and then they regularized, hey, it's not so joyful to have our ass handed to us in this election. We've got to go to Plan Z. So now Plan Z is saying that Donald Trump is a danger and unhinged, and he's going to have unchecked power. I mean, does anybody really believe that? Does anybody really
believe? They do. All the soy boys and all you mentioned, the chicks with dicks and dudes with tits, all of the blue-haired, nose ring wearing, and I know there's conservatives who present like that, but the majority don't. And yeah, dude, they believe it. And not only that, the little old ladies going to church on Sunday that listen to NPR, they believe it.
But here's the thing. Unlike this election is unlike any election that we've had in our lifetime, Steve. And let me tell you why. Because in no other election that I can recall in my lifetime have we had the opportunity to look into what they actually did as president, on both sides.
Yeah.
Now, you always have the incumbent that is either standing behind or fighting their record, okay? But no time in history, in modern history, in the last 80 years, has there been a candidate that was president and another one that was in the administration.
Correct.
That's the first time.
Face to face.
So we have a dichotomy, and we can say, look.
What does dichotomy mean?
I think it means two. It means separate. Like it means two.
Divide, split.
Yeah. So we can actually see. So when they say that Trump is gonna do something, you have to ask yourself, well, why didn't he do it when he could?
Yeah.
Why didn't he do it when he could? Why didn't he? Why didn't he create World War III? Because I really think that Kamala and Biden have us on a path for World War III.
Absolutely. And listen, for everybody that I've seen online that's like, General Milley and all these other nitwits.
Fuck Milley.
Yes.
Fuck Milley.
Yes. Not Milli Vanilli, but General Milley, right? I don't know why I'm leaning into the camera. But fuck all them. And here's why. They're like, well, Trump appointed him. They were selected for Trump, and they were put into his administration
because he's not part of the swamp.
Right, with his approval, because he thought they were properly vetted, but they weren't vetted for Trump. They were vetted against Trump, and they were used as tools against Trump. So when you see these fucktards on TV saying Trump's a threat to democracy and to our nation, no. They're the threat. And think about this, under Donald Trump, right? Why are they trying to kill Donald Trump and not trying to kill Kamala? Is because under Donald Trump, no war. None.
No war.
None whatsoever.
They need to feed the machine.
Correct. Under Harris, under Biden, and every president before Trump, including Obese, the great, he won the Nobel Peace Prize.
The Bushes.
Everybody. Hundreds.
Even Reagan.
Yes. War. And it's the war machine that fuels their pockets.
Yep.
And that's why they're not trying to kill Kamala and they're trying to kill Trump.
Yeah. This election really is sponsored on the left by Halliburton and things like
absolutely.
that.
That's why Dick Cheney is for Kamala because he fucking owns Halliburton.
Yeah. And that's what it is. And I think they just can't see that, we do have a history. We have a record that is being run on. And during Trump's run, there was 98% less missiles fired across Japan.
Correct.
There was none of this skirmish bullshit going in Iran. Iran's talking about launching 1,000 missiles. 1,000 missiles at Israel. 1,000. That's what they're saying. They're going to launch 1,000 ballistic missiles. Do you think for 1 minute, if Trump was in office, Iran would launch a missile?
Zero,
because it would turn the glass, the 3090 project would turn the glass.
Right there,
the Moab, the mother of all bombs would be dropped, and they would just keep raining them down, Yes. So we do have a record. Trump is not unhinged. Trump is not, irrational. Trump is nothing more than he's pragmatic in his decision making, but he's kind of.
What's pragmatic mean?
He's thoughtful. He thinks things out. He makes rational decisions, and he's strategic, but he's not irrational.
And he's not part of the machine.
No, he's not.
Obama's part of the machine. Biden's part of the machine. Bush is part of the machine.
Clinton's part of the
They're
machine.
all one big happy family. You see them when they go to these events, and George W's like, hey, let me go over here and feel up Michelle a little bit. See, it's all
like WWE.
Yes, it's totally WWE. Behind the scenes, right? They're all just jerking each other off and they're having a great time.
Yeah.
When they get on camera, they do that to divide us.
Exactly, and that's why they hate him, and that's absolutely why.
Because he's got nothing to do with anything.
He doesn't have anything to do with any of that, He doesn't have anything to do with any of that. But what are you going to hold up there, Steve?
Free AR-15, baby.
Free AR-15.
Who gives away a free AR-15 at freear15.com? Or is it freear15.com? I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, free AR-15.
freear15.com.
Yeah. Maga Realty does.
Maga Realty does. You can find it at magarealty.com too. freear15.com.
That's a plug, that's
a plug.
Yeah, I know, but there's like a word I'm looking for, you're just I don't know what the words I'm looking for. But look, I want to get back to what is happening. So now, I was talking to somebody, and I'm like, if you're not in favor of Trump and you kind of agree with the Democrats, you're not retarded. You're not dumb most of the time. You're typically not stupid. I think you're truly misinformed. Because I think
totally are misinformed.
Because I think soccer mom, she picks up her kids from school, she takes them to gymnastics or cheerleading, she comes home, and this is what happens in the average conservative American home. Okay, mom comes in and she turns on the news, the local news, so she can find out, what happened, at the city council meeting, and she can find out, what's going on at the local, place, and then they watch the local news and what's the local weather going to be and how are the sports teams going to do in our area, and then it happens, guys. Then at 6 o'clock to 6:30, it happens. And that's when the transformation of the minds takes place. Now, your local news usually doesn't talk about, Trump's, he's not good for society. He's going to destroy America. No. It happens after your local news. So when your guy comes on, because your local news is usually a half an hour, and your weather guy usually comes on at about the 20-minute mark, and he says, it's going to be sunny tomorrow, or there might be a chance of rain. There's an 80% chance of rain. Or in our case, there's a hurricane that's going to come in 3 days. So that's what happens. And then you got your sports guy that comes on. He's like, okay, well, here in the Green Bay area,
they don't even have sports guys anymore in local.
Yeah, they do.
Maybe a second.
So anyway, so they say, okay, well, the Green Bay Packers today are, they've had some injuries, and coming up this weekend, the Green Bay Packers, and then you listen to that, and then they close out. And then it happens, guys. Then it happens, and this is where the transformation of America in the media comes in. Then the national news comes on. Now, if you're at your house and you're watching your ABCs or your NBCs or your CBSs, your local news, then it happens. They slowly flip the script and the national news comes on. And the fucking Lester Holtz of the world and all those motherfuckers,
Hey, come on.
That's when the narrative happens, guys. That is when the narrative happens. And that is when they start mind, fucking us, and they start telling you how bad Trump is, and they start telling you how good Kamala is, and all the message is skewed. The message isn't skewed most likely by your local news. It's not skewed. It's skewed by the ABCs, the NBCs, and the CBSs that are trying to target the American family. And they know they're getting you dinner, and you're listening to it, and they paint two completely different pictures. They paint Kamala as a happy, joyful person, and they paint Trump as a disaster. And it's in the narrative of those programs, I think, Steve, because CNN isn't getting any ratings, MSNBC doesn't get any ratings. It's the local motherfuckers, the David Muirs. All those motherfuckers are destroying America. I'm sorry.
Roll back the effort.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think that's what's happening. I think it's so disingenuous what's happening, because those people that come on after your local news are the ones that are destroying America.
Yeah, and they're getting paid to destroy America, because that those talking points that they come out with every night are being sent to them by the system, right? By the geopolitical system that rules that side of the aisle, right? They're getting the same messaging every night. They're sharing the same stories across channels and platforms. But I think that here's what it really comes back down to: the psychology of coming back into the home. And you talk about the soccer mom, and we can use some of our family members and friends for examples of this. is that we have as good, our friends are good people, our family members are good people, and they would never lie, right? They wouldn't lie. They wouldn't, you know, paint a false narrative to try to persuade somebody, because they're just good people. And so when they see that thing, they're projecting, right? So when the soccer mom sees it, they're projecting, and they're like, well, you know, Lester Holt's a good guy, married to a white girl, plays the bass, loves to play his bass in the jazz band, and David Muir with his weird hand like that he holds it through the whole show. If you never pay attention to that, pay attention. It's weird how he holds his hand. And David Muir is a good guy. He hosts 2020, and I watch that every, you know. But David Muir is getting paid to lie his ass off to you. David Muir is getting paid to tell you whatever they want you to hear, and he gets paid $20 million a year to do that. And let me tell you something right now, Cliff. If you paid me $20 million a year to host NBC,
well, whatever you want on that teleprompter,
I will say whatever the hell you want me to say. Lester Holt's a good man, I believe it. But Lester Holt's getting paid $20 million a year to say what he's being told to say, and you better believe I would do it too.
Yeah. And hey guys, with that, I will promise you that we're not being paid $20 million. That's why there's honesty and stuff. So all the people on Patriot TV, you'll see there's honesty. We're not shifting the media to form a narrative. We're just saying what we see. So I want to thank you for stopping by here, guys. We'll see you next Saturday, and stay true. Go out and vote early, and vote, guys. We'll be back next week.
Are you investing in the liberal agenda? Stop. Our belief is that we all either unwittingly or begrudgingly support the liberal agenda with our current investments. The American Conservative Values ETF seeks to boycott as many companies hostile to conservative values as possible without sacrificing performance. The American Conservative Values ETF, ACVF, align your investing with your conservative values. Carefully consider the fund's investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses before investing. Visit acvfetfs.com for a prospectus.
Abraham Lincoln was a Republican.
Civil rights were fought for by Republicans.
Democrats has done nothing for us but kept us poor.
The Republicans have had our back throughout history.
We should no longer be enslaved to the Democratic Party.
If you want opportunity, prosperity, and possibilities, you need to vote for Donald Trump.
I'm voting for Donald Trump for a real chance at opportunity.